Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with round 7, yes, the penultimate race weekend of our F1 2021 F2 Oscar Piastri career mode. It's still a bit of a mouthful, 7 weekends in, and I haven't quite got it sorted, the name for this series. But yeah, it kind of seems insane that we're almost to the end of our F2 journey, just 6 races to go of the year. Of course, if you missed out all of the action from last weekend's Russian Grand Prix, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But currently 25 points still the gap to Enzo Fittipaldi there. Liam Lawson has been far more consistent than the Brazilian in the last couple of race weekends. So we got 29 points over him. Really now, yeah, it's kind of a 3-horse race between us 3 at the top there. Lorim Zendelli, Teo Porcher, and David Beckman haven't been able to maintain the consistency over the course of the year. But yeah, back at Formula 1's fastest street circuit this weekend for the very first career mode race I've done around Jeddah. Let's dive into it here first of all with one-shot quali. Well, it's been a few weeks since we were last racing at Jeddah on F1 2021, but rather looking forward to coming back to Formula 1's new fastest street circuit. So far, street tracks have been up and down for us this year. Monaco was an interesting weekend. I think the main thing I remember from there was just overtaking poor Guilherme Samaya every single race. And then, of course, Baku as well. We had that incident, let's call it, with Lorim Zendelli there and a couple of interesting close finishes to the flag. But again, though, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys that have helped us now hit 36,000 subscribers. If you're new and you're enjoying the content and you haven't already, please do leave a like and get yourself subscribed. It massively helps us out here in 2022. Trying to hit 50k by the end of the year, so if it can help us get one step closer, it would be massively appreciated. But let's dive in then to one-shot quali. Of course, last time we narrowly missed out to our teammate Robert Schwartzman for the pole. Maybe this weekend we can finally try and get that first coveted pole position of the year. Down in towards turn 1, tipping it in at the 100-meter board there. That was accidentally, I think, as late as you're ever going to be able to brake in towards that first turn, but it did work for us. We're immediately up, currently fastest of the session. Like I said, it's been a while since I raced at Jeddah, so we'll wait and see as to how this weekend goes there. You've really just got to try and tip the car in through the S's, where a lot of them are flat in a Formula 1 car and an F2 car. They're very much a bit of a blend at the moment there as we head out of the first sector though. We're a little way up at the moment. It's breaking down in towards the next banked corner. Ooh, tipping it in a little bit high in the way in there and not really maximising the exit either there. We'll try and run up towards the wall as we set ourselves up for one of the more difficult corners of the lap. No idea why I would struggle so much through here. Just can't seem to get the front end tipped in where we need it to be. And are we still up? Currently we're still fastest though, as we head now down through all the S's here. Normally the F2 cars, the AI, like to run quite high downforce, so I'm hoping we should have a little bit of an advantage down the straights this weekend. Tipping in though into sector 3. Big wobble there somehow, just about keeping out the wall on the exit. Activate the DRS there, and look at that, David Beckman does move up into P1 there, so he's definitely got a little bit of advantage on us as we head down in towards the final corners of the lap, breaking down just at the 100-meter wall. They're trying to go slow in, fast out on the exit of the corner there. And are we going to be able to get the run up towards the line? No, look at that. Looks like it's Dan Ticktum who's going to be on pole. Fair play to him, but we only ended up P12 then, not far away at all.
The grid is all set for the race tomorrow, but before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, which are Ticktum, Beckman and Robert Schwartzman. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action, and until then, goodbye.
Well, safe to say Carlin have had an awful season up to this point, but Dan Ticktum coming alive in Russia and now here in Jeddah as well. Their pole position for the Carlin man ahead of David Beckman and our teammate Robert Schwartzman there. Daruvala in 4th ahead of Yuri Vips. And I mean, we were 2-1-2 off the pole. Gotta love that as well. But down in 12th place there at the end of qualifying. 15 cars separated by less than a quarter of a second there at the end of the session. This was insanely close. Even Deleda was only 6/10 off the pole. But yeah, not quite where we wanted to be, but still definitely going to be a lot of room for manoeuvre in this first sprint race. Then let's dive in here to the first race. I've partnered up with the F1 store for 2022, the best place to buy Formula 1 merchandise. Currently, they have an incredible end-of-year sale on, with plenty of 2021 lines available and up to 40% off, with official merch available from every Formula 1 team. If you're interested, click the link at the top of the description or in the pinned comment down below to help support the channel.
Greetings and welcome to Jeddah for what promises to be a thrilling Formula 2 race. So, an interesting circuit, Jeddah. Like some other street circuits in the Formula 2 calendar, it's likely to represent a formidable technical challenge, with a number of challenging turns for our young drivers to master. Plus, it's a hot track, and that high temperature has some big implications for tyre performance that they'll need to keep in mind in order to secure a good result. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remain calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive, and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Right, well here we are then on the grid, ready for the first sprint race of the weekend here from Jeddah, and honestly, it's the first time in a while where I'm going into a race with genuinely no idea what to expect. So very, very much looking forward to this one. Interestingly enough, we're getting the choice between the soft and the medium compound tyres there. I think we're better off going with the softs for this first race. But yeah, they have tweaked a few things with the F2 cars now, so I'm wondering now if tyre choice is going to be possible in the final couple of races of the season here. But yeah, let's dive in then here to sprint race number 1. Looks like everyone is on those softs. 5 red lights. And it's going to be lights out and away we go. And look at that. That's not been a bad start at all as we head in towards the one there. Bent Viscaldo rocked it away as we head in towards the first corner as we just try and make it through. Don't want to use neutral. Not going to go anywhere in neutral there. Do lose a couple of places because of it. Most importantly, to our big rival, Enzo Fittipaldi, not Emerson. I mean, fair play to him. I reckon he's still got it. But yeah, I don't think we're quite going to see him in Formula 2 there as we head through the S's for the first time. Just got to be super, super careful. Do what Oscar Piastri did so well in real life, and that's just keep the car clean and bring home the results race in, race out there as we try and head through the exit of the little chicane there. Fittipaldi immediately trying to just go a little bit defensive on us as we head down in towards the banked corner. Up the inside, we're going to go on the Brazilian and straight back up then into P13 of the Grand Prix, and I don't know what's happened to Enzo over the last couple of weekends there, but it's completely lost confidence in the car, whether everyone else has just sort of found something that he hasn't. I'm really not sure there as we try and launch ourselves towards Marcus Armstrong in his dams. But yeah, been a real shame to sort of see Fittipaldi. You know, he's certainly still within a shot of the title, but he just seems to be lacking what he had earlier on in the year there as all. Marcus Armstrong very, very slow down into the next chicane there. We've pushed him out very, very wide on the exit of the corner, as you've got to be careful of that bump apparently, as Fittipaldi now going to come back at us as we head down in towards the final corner. Only 10 laps though, this first sprint race of the weekend there. Fittipaldi didn't quite have the momentum around the outside as towards the end of lap 1. Bent Viscal, I think the big winner in all of this. Dan Ticktum just in front of him, still in 10th place there as Teo Porcher leads the way at the end of lap 1. As look at this run that Fittipaldi's got again. Clearly the AI are not running lower downforce than myself this weekend, but we might be able to outbrake him down around the outside. Very, very close with our main title rival still, but Lawson way up the order here. He could be on for a big haul of points in this first race of the weekend, but we do hang on, and we went from 12th to 12th on lap 1. A lot of drama though, which you love to see. Oh, big wobble. Oh, it's still going on. Come on, car. Kramer, you know how to set up a car better than this. Big power slide on the exit of the banking there. But as we head out onto, well, I guess is technically the back straight, but of course really not. Bent Viscal now, the car just in front of us. The young Dutchman has had such a just roller coaster of a year, from the highs of wins and podiums early on to a couple of mechanical gremlins in more recent races. Him and Trident have certainly been an unpredictable pairing over the course of this season, but yeah, at the moment though, seems like the AI are willing to take some differing lines around this circuit, which certainly makes things interesting. We're about to get DRS enabled there, as again Fittipaldi just making small gains on us in towards this last corner of the lap. Be careful of the inside wall there, that's going to compromise our exit slightly. Just second guessing ourselves a bit as Porcher sets a 43.7. We are going to set a 44.6, so losing a bit of time still as Fittipaldi again having a look to the inside in towards turn 1, but that time round much more committed around the outside, as we've now got Schwartzman, Vips and I think Daruvala battling it out for position. This might bunch them all up and give us a chance. And immediately it looks like it is there, as yeah, I think Daruvala has pulled off the move, but Bent Viscal are just waiting in the wings at the moment as we get all over the back of the Trident. I think, yeah, we are actually running a lot more aero than most of the cars this weekend, so we've got to try and capitalise on the exits of the corners here. Really try and slingshot our way. Is Bent Viscal going to go defensive on me? Whoa, big squeeze towards the wall, but we somehow find the room around the outside of the Dutchman, just nudging up against the wall on the exit there, and nowhere for us to go on the exit of the corner there. Look at this though, brilliant little battle. This is what F2 is all about. So we're going to try and go again, slow in, fast out, slingshot ourselves on the exit of the corner there. Back end gets a little bit loose as all the downforce comes off in the dirty air, but Schwartzman now rubbing up against the walls there, trying to defend from David Beckman. We're going to have a look to the inside of Bent Viscal, and we are going to be able to slot up inside. Final corner though, we've got yellow flags as we're about to start lap 4 there. 3 wide between Beckman, Vips and Schwartzman there, as what is going on as we head back down towards turn 1. Oh, Gilleby Samaya's broken down, and that's been a massive pile-up in towards turn 1 there. Samaya out of the Grand Prix. We've got a safety car.
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I think that's the first safety car we've had all year there, as Samaya, I think, was trying to stay out of the way. Vips and Beckman just completely ran into him there. I think Schwartzman has somehow come out of that unscathed. But crazy scenes then here early on in Jeddah. And I mean, yeah, if this is what this whole weekend's going to be like, you guys are in for an absolute treat. But yeah, not quite what we wanted there. So luckily, we've made it through up into 8th, and we're going to get a whole bunch up of the running order as well there. But a couple of cars are definitely going to have to pit. Beckman is going to have to. I think Tickton might have damage as well. But crazy scenes early on in this Grand Prix. Oh, come on, Beckman, keep up with the crowd, mate. He's just not anywhere at the moment. I mean, he's going to have to pit because of the wing damage there. Dan Tickton isn't boxing, though. Looks like it is only Beckman that's going to have to pit in this race. So we are going to be able to 7th then. But how long is this safety car going to be out for? That's what I want to know, because it's going to cost us a lot of racing laps. There's next up, though, both Carlins.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Well, safety car in then with just 3 laps to go of this first sprint race from Jeddah, and you can see what I'm clearly worried about. We've got to get some heat back into the tyres, as Teo Porcher is going to lead the way out of the final corner. We've had a pretty good little drive so far up into 7th place, but can we try and get any more out of it? Doesn't look like we've quite judged the start particularly brilliantly. But neither is our teammate Robert Schwartzman there, as we all dive back down towards turn 1.
But remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
Oh, Dan Tickton very early on the brakes. I didn't want to go for a move there on the Carlin as we locked up the rears, but luckily got away with no contact as Schwartzman, I think, yeah, tried to be ever the opportunist. Having a look back at the inside of us, but as we head back through the S's there, we're taking a lot of curb on the way in and paying the price immediately with a big amount of oversteer through the second part. Just got to try and sit close to the Carlin and see if we can get a run on the exit of the corner. Trying to build up heat in the tyres as well is proving rather difficult off this restart, but immediately then on the offensive here, trying to get the run on Dan Ticktum, who's going to try and park back on the racing line. So up the inside we'll go, thank you very much. And we'll take P6 then in this race. You can see Liam Lawson just a handful of positions up the road as well. But 2.5 racing laps to go here from Jeddah. We've got Daruvala and Drugovic between myself and what is now probably going to be my main rival between now and the end of the season, unless Fittipaldi can really try and unlock something again in that Trident. But yeah, Pourchaire still leads the way. We're trying to navigate round the second Carlin. It's all just Daruvala a little bit too far in front to send it on, but a little bit too close to be, you know, sort of able to break at our normal point in through the final sector of the lap though. Still just seeing if we can make any move work on the Indian. Sat at the final corner, the AI seem to get really, really hooked up there, but we are a lot closer to Jan Daruvala this time round. New PV for the race, and we might be able to make the move work this time. Up the inside of the Carlin we go. Send it in towards the corner there. Don't allow him the switchback, and P5 is now ours. Navigating both Carlins inside a lap. Thank you very much. We just need Schwartzman to try and follow us past. We're trying to get a run on Felipe Drugovic here. We're a little bit closer than we were to Dan Ticktum. Oh no, Drugovic just parked the car beautifully there, down in towards the banking. Just didn't allow us any sort of run either way. We couldn't commit to the inside, we couldn't commit to the outside there. Drugovic, yeah, making that UNI Virtuosi as wide as he possibly can. So we head out onto the back section of S's once more though. This time around we got a nice run on the UNI Virtuosi down through this sneaking section of the lap there. Oh, Drugovic, why did the AI just lift slightly there? It is so off-putting, and that time round we completely were caught off guard by that one. We might now be able to get a run though down in towards the final corner of the lap. You can see Drugovic though is gaining in on Liam Lawson as well there. Pourchaire has nailed this restart there, and I think Sato in P2 has done very, very similarly there as we head through the final corner. Again, really trying a late apex. Oh, that was a big slide. It's going to give us an awful run to start the final lap of this race, but that was one hand off the steering wheel as well there as we tried to hang on to it. DRS now has been re-enabled in this Grand Prix though, but we got Lawson and Drugovic still just in front of us, separating between me and a podium. Tiny bit of contact that time round with Drugovic, but yeah, it did definitely harm us more than it harmed him there, as Lawson just seems to be struggling a little bit more with the tyres up the road. Are either of us going to be able to get a run with the DRS in towards the final few corners? Oh, Drugovic again, just going super slow right when I'm least expecting him to. Again though, looks like, yeah, we just came off a little bit worse for wear than the Brazilian, but down in towards the banking for the final time in this first sprint. And we try and get any sort of run on the exit short shifting. Try and get the power down though. You've really got to try and keep the turbo spooled in these Formula 2 cars. It is super important there. It's slow in, fast out. This is where we've been able to make a couple of moves work so far today. And look at that immediately. Slingshotting ourselves alongside Felipe Drugovic there as we head through the S's once more. He's going to give me a big old squeeze through the next part there. But wheel to wheel with Felipe Drugovic to the inside we go. Surely now this is a done deal. Way too deep though. Into the corner, Drugovic. Oh, big contact there as Felipe Drugovic tried to close the door. How have we both kept it pointing in the right direction? This might allow Daruvala and Dan Ticktum there. Look at Ticktum, we can't stop the run coming from the Carlin man down in towards the final corner of this race. Are we going to be able to hold it around the outside of Dan Ticktum? It might be a drag race down towards the start-finish line here, and I think Dan Ticktum's had us. He's completely mugged us right at the very end. GG's.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
A great win then for the ART team today. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Wow, well, there's no doubt that the race was impacted as soon as the safety car made an appearance. It was so important how the successful team today reacted to this situation. They were decisive and stuck to their strategy, which really helped them take an advantage.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ARTGP winners today. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. The lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now a look at the team standings. Hi-Tech GP increased their gap over the competition with that result. Meanwhile, Carlin moved up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Well, there we are then, guys, the end of the first sprint race of the weekend, and Teo Porcher takes home yet another dub to finish off, well, not quite finish off his campaign. Maybe there's more from Teo Porcher in the last couple of races of the year there. But Sato, fastest lap as well, means he picks up 14 points ahead of Liam Lawson. Third to third for him means he does make a dent in our championship lead, but is it going to be enough? 5 races to go there. Drugovic hangs on for P4. Dan Ticktum, yeah, brilliant race by him for P5 from 10th on the grid there. We went 12th to 6th. Gian Daruvula, Schwartzman, Bent Viscal and Enzo Fittipaldi round out the top 10 there. So it is going to be those two on the front row for the second sprint race of the weekend. You can see further down the order, yeah, I think it was no, it was just Samaya then retiring from the Grand Prix there. And Roy Nassani, no idea what he's doing, but he's picked up a 5-second penalty there at the end of that one. Championship-wise, the gap down to 23 there as Lawson jumps Fittipaldi. Porcher jumps Zendelli as well. They're up into 4th place. And Sato, yeah, with that nice haul of points there, jumps Lungard, Viscal and Jack Aitken. Dan Tickton with that result as well. Now jumps past Samaya and Guan Yu Zhou, and it is still just Roy Nassani and Ralph Boschung yet to score points this year there. Constructors-wise, 12 between us and Hi-Tech. And really now there is a good shot of us winning the Constructors' Championship as well, as long as we keep it clean and consistent between myself and our teammate there now at the end of the year. Carlin jumped Dams, ART jumped Charouz as well. Thank you all, though, so much for watching that first race weekend. Oh, sorry, first race of the weekend, even, I should say. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. And I think, yeah, to be honest, if we get another 2 races like that, we're in for an absolute treat. You guys do not want to miss it. We'll be back tomorrow ready for sprint race number 2. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below, and yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.